Did Oberyn Martell poison Tywin Lannister? Welcome back to the channel, fellow Westerosi scholars. Today we're diving deep into one of the most tantalizing mysteries from the world of A Song of Ice and Fire. We've all heard the whispers, the theories, and the debates. Did Oberyn Martell, the fiery Red Viper of Dorne, actually poison Tywin Lannister before his untimely demise? This is not just idle speculation. It's a theory filled with venomous intrigue, subtle hints from the text, and the ever-present undercurrent of vengeance that flows through George R.R. Martin's world. So grab a goblet of Dornish red and let's unravel this mystery together. Let's set the stage by looking at Oberyn Martell's history with Tywin Lannister. Oberyn despised Tywin with every fibre of his being. Why? It all goes back to the sack of King's Landing. During Robert's rebellion, Tywin's forces under his command sacked the city and committed unspeakable atrocities. Oberyn's beloved sister, Elia Martell, was brutally murdered alongside her children. Gregor Clegane, Tywin's monstrous enforcer, carried out the acts, but many believe, and Oberyn certainly did, that Tywin ordered them to solidify the Lannisters' position in Robert's new regime. Oberyn's life was consumed by a desire to avenge his family, and this hatred set the stage for their eventual confrontation. The Martells of Dorne are unlike the other great houses of Westeros. Their words, unbowed, unbent, unbroken, are a testament to their resilience and unique approach to dealing with their enemies. Unlike the Lannisters, who thrive on open displays of power, the Martells are subtle, preferring long games and careful schemes. Oberyn himself embodies this duality. Known for his fiery temper and brazen confidence, he's also a meticulous planner. His hatred for Tywin was not just personal, it was a reflection of Dorne's collective outrage. This simmering vendetta likely fueled his every action at King's Landing, including the possibility of poisoning Tywin. Now let's talk about Oberyn's nickname, the Red Viper. It's not just a flashy title, it's a nod to his proficiency with poisons. Oberyn's time spent in the Free Cities honed his knowledge of venomous substances, giving him a deadly edge in combat and beyond. His infamous duel with Gregor Clegane showcased his expertise. The poison on his spear was sophisticated enough to kill even the Mountain, a giant of a man with immense endurance. This mastery raises an important question. Why would Oberyn stop at Gregor? Given the opportunity, would he not have ensured that Tywin, the man he blamed most for Elia's death, suffered as well? Tywin Lannister's death is one of the most shocking and symbolic moments in the series. Shot on the privy by his own son, Tyrion, Tywin's demise is brutal and humiliating. But here's where things get interesting. In the books, George R.R. Martin gives us a curious detail. Tywin's body begins to decay unusually quickly. By the time of his funeral, the stench is so overpowering that even the perfume sept can't mask it. It's an odd detail, isn't it? Could it be a sign of poison at work? When examining Tywin's rapid decomposition, it's worth noting how much symbolism George R.R. Martin weaves into his storytelling. Tywin's decay might represent more than just physical rot. It's the symbolic collapse of House Lannister's power. Tywin had spent his life building an image of invincibility and dominance, yet his death and the condition of his corpse suggest that even the mightiest can crumble. But does this purely symbolic decay hint at something more sinister, like the lingering effects of a poison? Let's talk specifics about poisons in the world of Westeros. From the Tears of Lys to the Strangler, there's a vast array of toxins that can wreak havoc on the human body in subtle or dramatic ways. Could Tywin have been dosed with a poison designed to accelerate decomposition? This isn't unheard of in the lore. After all, Maester Pycelle's knowledge of medicine suggests that poisons and their antidotes are not just the tools of assassins, but also of court intrigues. Was there a concoction unique to Oberyn's expertise that could cause Tywin's symptoms? Let's connect the dots. During the events of A Storm of Swords, Oberyn Martell spends considerable time in King's Landing. While his official reason for being there is to claim justice for Elia and negotiate on behalf of Dorne, we can't ignore the possibility that he was also plotting Tywin's demise. Oberyn attended feasts, shared wine with other nobles, and had ample opportunity to slip something into Tywin's food or drink. Tywin, for all his cunning, would never suspect a guest, especially one as bold as Oberyn to act so brazenly. There are subtle hints in the text that support this theory. For instance, Oberyn's duel with Gregor Clegane serves a dual purpose. Yes, it's about avenging Elia, but it's also a distraction. Oberyn's focus on the trial by combat could have drawn attention away from his other schemes. Additionally, when Tyrion is accused of poisoning Joffrey, it's worth noting that Oberyn seems oddly unconcerned about Tywin's eventual role in the trial. Could it be because he knew Tywin wouldn't live long enough to see it through? But how would Oberyn have pulled this off? Let's consider the logistics. Oberyn was known for mingling freely at King's Landing. He had access to feasts, shared wine with the Highborn, and even had direct confrontations with Tywin during council meetings. In a world where poison can be tasteless and odourless, the opportunity for Oberyn to act was plentiful. Did he use a slow-acting toxin that would only take effect after days or weeks, ensuring no immediate suspicion fell upon him? This segment delves into the plausibility of Oberyn's timing and methods, making the theory of his involvement all the more compelling. Of course, we must consider alternative explanations. Tywin's rapid decomposition might not have anything to do with poison. It could be a simple case of natural decay exacerbated by circumstances. In the medieval-inspired world of Westeros, embalming practices are rare, and Tywin's death occurred in the middle of a sweltering summer. The symbolism of his decay might be more important than the physical reasons behind it. Tywin's downfall was a culmination of his own ruthlessness, and the stench of his corpse might reflect the moral rot of his reign. Furthermore, George R.R. Martin often uses physical details to emphasize thematic elements. The rapid decay could symbolize the fleeting nature of power and Tywin's failure to leave a lasting legacy. While intriguing, the connection to poison remains speculative without concrete evidence. Let's not forget Tyrion's direct involvement in Tywin's death. Tyrion shoots his father with a crossbow, and the act itself is filled with poetic justice. Some argue that Oberyn's potential poison is an unnecessary addition to the narrative. After all, Tywin's death at the hands of his son is already a powerful moment. However, this doesn't mean the two events are mutually exclusive. Oberyn could have seen Tyrion's trial as the perfect opportunity to set his plans in motion. By poisoning Tywin beforehand, Oberyn ensured that even if Tyrion's actions didn't lead to Tywin's demise, the poison would finish the job. This layered plotting is characteristic of the political intrigue in A Song of Ice and Fire, where multiple players often work toward overlapping goals without direct collaboration. So, did Oberyn Martell poison Tywin Lannister? While we may never know for sure, the evidence, both textual and circumstantial, gives us plenty to ponder. Whether it's Oberyn's mastery of poison, his deep hatred for Tywin, or the curious details surrounding Tywin's death, the theory remains one of the most fascinating what-ifs in Westerosi lore. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Was Tywin's death purely Tyrion's doing, or did the Red Viper get the last laugh? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of A Song of Ice and Fire. Until next time, Valar Morghulis.